Hello, how are you, Libra? This is Lilou Jane and I'm doing a reading for mothers around the world. This is a mother's reading. It is quite nice that it's coming up to Mother's Day where I am, but it is a mother's reading for the time when it best suits whoever finds it. To start with, I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot deck. And I might just come a little closer to you because I think you'll see it better if I do. There we go. So I'm in a different location than my normal location. So we'll see how it works for us. Okay, whoop, here we go. I've already shuffled the cards and we've already got cards coming up. This is a guided reading, a channeled reading. And the reading will come. I'll interpret the cards as the channeling requires it from the guides. The first card is a new beginning. This is a new beginning. Let's begin. A new beginning for you. That's what it says. That's really working. I feel better up here than I did in the previous videos. I felt a little bit challenged energetically previously in my location. Now I'm feeling better, which is good for me. Okay, the Page of Raphael is the next card, a new emotional situation. So it's a new beginning and it's a new emotional situation for you. Three of Raphael, reasons to celebrate are coming through. So the suites in this tarot are grouped under guardian angels, archangels. So this is the water aspect, and this is one of the main arcana. So the new beginning is number 20. It says starting a new life, finding your purpose, and a new emotional situation is coming. Messages regarding relationships or social invitations, great intuitive insights are going to flow because you're going to feel an opening of your heart chakra and your emotional mind, which connects to your heart chakra. Three of Raphael, you have reasons to celebrate in the community of friends, happy announcements, and regarding relationships and children. Things are going to look up, they're going to be positive for you. Libra, mother, mother Libra. This is definitely a reading for mothers. I set this determination because I think mothers are having a hard time at the moment, and I said let's start doing readings for mothers because it's a hard time for mums. So here we go. The Knight of Gabriel. You must be confident, enthusiastic, and allow your courageous spirit. As a mother, you are courageous. As a mother, you're a powerful, strong giver. You give of yourself and you create for your family and your life, and that becomes interwoven into your life, and you have the right to be courageous, to move forward with energy, and to be proud of the energy and the effort you've made in your life as a caring mother, as a person caring for a family unit, as a facilitator for other people's lives, which is a powerfully magical and wonderful role for anyone to take. I mean, anyone who discounts it, and a lot of young people do now, a lot of young people blame their mothers and run their mothers down and judge their mothers, as women are being judged all the time, ostracized all the time in our culture. Our worldwide culture has become this the scapegoat of feminine takedown going on, and women and mothers definitely cop it, and children grow up in a culture of take down the mum, blame the mum, whinging grizzle about the mum, and all this psychological profiling which said, oh, your mother did this, your mother did that, which is all just rubbish. Everybody has a hard life in one form or another, because this is not an easy world. And mothers come from a hard life. Mothers have had their own to endure, their own hardships, and single mothers have a massive flotilla of battles, hardships, and endurance they're required to do. It's amazing that you get through it all with what you have to find and bring as a single parent. And then society starts dragging mothers down and putting them down and stereotyping them in shallow little boxes, which of course is wrong. So we're moving past that. That is the old paradigm that we've been dealing with. And what we're dealing with now, what mothers can deal with now, is the new beginning. Mothers can deal with the new beginning because the ascension waves that come in are ascension waves that clear and clarify away the energy that's been imbued in those negative values that people have been continuing propagating throughout society because it's been sown into their consciousness as a group. The energy waves and the ascension waves that have come through are ascension waves that help you let go of that negative energy because you're being lifted saturation wise, your whole energy being, your body. And as they said to me, my guides really taught me a lot recently about your density. I talk a lot about the 5th density, 3rd density, 4th density, but we are our own density, our own energy field of energies and frequencies and vibrations. And they said what you need to work on is your own density. And that was such a new perspective. We think of ourselves as being a person who's at the mercy of the world around, like we're in a storm of energy and people and real weather and everything happening to us. When, yes, there's a density and energy all around us, we're in an energy pool, but we are ourselves a density of energy. And what we absolutely can control and work on and have direct effect on is our own density. As if we can think of ourselves as a planet, the guides are saying. So the Earth has a magnetic field, and the magnetic field works like a toroid, and you can look up toroids on the internet. It's like a big donut shape of energy that circles around and loops at an infinitesimally small center point that every one of those energy loops runs through, and that is how the Earth's energy field plays out. That's also our energy field. Ours is exactly the same. So we are in ourselves essentially little mini micro versions of the Earth. And we have our own energy density field with layers and our own biome of our body. And we have our own consciousness group of all our cells. And we are like Gaia. We are the leaders of our density in our own toroidal world. So we can alter our density field in our world. And when we talk about how we can contribute to the outer density field of our planet, of our group consciousness of our planet, the truth is we just need to correct our own world of density, our own energy fields, our own frequencies, our own highs and lows emotionally and mentally. And once we do that, then we directly infuse and instruct the outer energy field, because we are, like the cells in our body, a prime player in a great community of energy fields. What a wonderful piece of advice. And the King of Ariel comes through, and this is about money, finances, material manifestation, also in just your life, in any kind of material aspect whatsoever, into the 3rd and 4th density world that we are working our way through as 5th density starts to filtrate down and anchor in places within the planet. Bearing in mind, the planet already has multiple density bodies of 3rd, 4th, 5th, going back to 1st and 2nd. The planets are like awesome mega beings, so they have a slightly different capacity for multiple density living all at once. As we do too, we have our higher self who's in a higher density. So if you look at it that way, you realize that it's not that we're rescuing the Earth and bringing the energy down, and she doesn't have the beautiful energy of the 5th density. She is the 5th density, but we are anchoring it and weaving it into the 3rd and 4th density, and that is how we transform the 3rd and 4th density. If you imagine it's like rug making, you've got all these little fluffy tufts on your little canvas for rug making, and you pull your little hook up and you just grab another one of those pieces of wool and you loop it in there and you just anchored it in. And that's what we do when we bring in the 5th density from Gaia's energy field and our own, which is merging as one because we are in the oneness unity field with her, and it anchors down into the 3rd and 4th density, altering the nature of that terrain of 3rd and 4th density. Wow, gee, some good stuff comes through. And as King of Ariel, that's what we're doing. The King, this is the, what is that? It's the one that, oh, gee whiz, I just got a little bit blank. I'll get it all in hand, which one that represents. So here we have the earth element, right? Here we have the water element, yes. And here we have the air coming through. And I've just gone blank. I don't know why. This is your powerful fire element. I'm sorry, I just went blank because I'm relating to different processes than normal old-fashioned tarot. So this is your fire manifesting the material. Yes. So we shan't worry. Let's not worry about it. They said it's not what the message is about, so who cares? Okay, I agree. The Knight of Ariel's coming through, and that's again about manifesting material wealth and anchoring it down. And then we've got another arcana, the Lovers. The Lovers, which means it can be relationships, it can be heartfelt relationships, it can be heartfelt relationships to an endeavor and a future life and a plan. It can be a connection and a strong, stable commitment connection that you have with yourself, with your life, with your partner, or with anyone else that has that positive growth, energy and potential. So the Knight of Ariel, there is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. You've got so much to do, and you've got so much you want to do with your life, and you may have put a lot aside through the years so that you can cater for others. Now it's time for you to just get on and do what matters to you, remembering that everything you do infuses and teaches and informs. The people who have been in contact with you in your life have that reflective connection. The people who are in your life and the people who will be in the future. And then all the people in the group shared consciousness energy field of the planet, of course, are all getting informed by your movement forward and how you choose to evolve yourself, how you choose your density to progress and light up the world, the universe, they said, around you, because you're a part of the great universal group consciousness. Queen of Michael, this is the air element. Queen of Michael, which is thought that's clear, understanding that's logical, no more carrying and playing out the emotional baggage of codependent relationships, of that mother bashing business that I talked about before. You know better. You're rising above it. You're not getting drawn down in it. You're not getting your self-esteem knocked. You're not getting taken down by all of that culture of taking down the feminine, the divine feminine, taking it down. That's what has happened, to take down the Aphrodite in us all. We're not going to buy into it. We're not even going to have the argument. We're not going to have the discussion. We're not engaging. We're not interested. That's the Queen of Michael. And she says, now look, that's all just nonsense, so it's not worth my time. And you've got better things to do. You know exactly what to do. This card says, you know exactly what to do. That's what this card says. You know what to do. You are a wise woman. You've lived a lot of years. You've dealt with a lot of things. And it's like, no more of that nonsense. I'm not interested anymore. If kids want to love you and come back to you, good. If kids want to whinge and grizzle, they will find a reason, as anybody will. So, you know what, my personal theory is that they pick mums because mums are the safest people to whinge about in the world, because they expect the mum to be there no matter what they do. But is that wearing you out? You're not really, that's not the deal you're signed up for. So it's time for people to own their negative attitude. But what's happening because of the energy waves that are coming through, especially over the last weekend, the energy waves that came through recoded the attachment to the negative story, the negative agenda. And they started to let you and allow you, once you let that energy go, yourself and all the people in the world, they let that energy go, they're free to actually have a nice memory and have a happy experience about their lives. Remembering that if you're in a whingy, negative state, always acting like you're a victim and wanting to find a villain in your life, you're setting yourself a very low benchmark for happiness. and you're finding a reason not to be happy. And this is my reason. I was a victim of this, or my mum didn't pack my lunch the way I liked it. No, whatever silly reason they could come up with, a million silly reasons. Oh, my mum's not perfect, she doesn't come and do my gardening for me and redo my whole garden for me, therefore she's not a very good mum. Things like that, because of course they don't do that for anybody else, but you're suddenly supposed to be doing that stuff because you're a mum. Because your mum, you have a different set of rules applied to you. So those rules are going out the door now. That weird, abstracted, illogical, and completely not sane concept that because you're a mum, you martyr yourself forever, you let people kick you around, you're the person I don't want to swear. They said something else, but I don't want to say it. My God, the gods swear now, because we're in a consciousness of swearing in this world. But basically, you don't need to go, yeah, I'll play that role. I've got better things to do, actually. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll go do my thing. That's what you need to do. 6 of Raphael. Embrace your inner child when you do that, yes. Now, new friends or rekindled relationships, children and childhood. Well, now you come back to remembering that you are a child. You were a child. In your timeline of this life, you have been the child. Every child deserves love, care and respect, tenderness and protection. No one needs to be bagged out, bullied, vilified and have stories told about them, or being made out to be not good enough because they're not perfect. Of course, we all know in reality, perfection is a state of mind that's not, you can't meet perfection because it's always going to be different for every person. It's not a real thing. It's an illusion so as to criticize something. That's all it is. Acceptance, patience, humility and kindness, well, that's liberating for everybody. So this is about you coming back to the beautiful energy of acceptance, kindness, relaxing, just being in the moment you're in, just being you and accepting you, which is what the energy of a child has when they're healthy. And you're going back to that now. You're abandoning the whole, oh, I must feel bad and feel shame just because I'm me. That's going bye-byes out the door, because that's not actually rational or sane. And you're going back to the classic truth of all humanity. We're all children and we're all allowed to be ourselves, unique, and we're all deserving of love, kindness, respect. We all deserve to be cut some slack and allowed to, shine in our own little light, every one of us, and that is you as well. And that's where you're going back to. And your children are also going through this epiphany of ascension. However it works out for them and it forms for them, they're still getting all the energies that you're getting. And it comes forward with the basic manifestation into the world, which is what this energy is, the fire manifestation of making it happen. It comes back as the ace. It's the core energy of manifesting love, light, happiness, and wonderful relationships. The 2 of Raphael. Strong, beautiful, valid relationships. Relationships that aren't codependent. Relationships that aren't full of takedowns to make someone feel rubbish so that they run around town doing errands for everybody else, or whatever other self-centered, narcissistic expectations society has been placing on their mothers. That's all getting let go. It's all being replaced with something a little bit more respectful of all and inclusive. So 7 of Ariel. There's work involved. It's about anchoring it in. You have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. You've done well. You've held fast to what you know is right, and now just wait for the little seeds to sprout now, because Source has laid down a garden, like a wildflower garden full of seeds. And Source light energy has come through with the ascension waves and has laid it down now, a new carpet of potentials in this new beginning. This new beginning is coming now. It's here now. The seeds are laid. Already some people will be able to enjoy happy memories that they didn't have the ability to reach into before, because they were overwhelmed by a consciousness level that was so low and dark and miserable and whinging that they couldn't remember and find the good memories that help them feel good about their lives and themselves, and stop feeling negative about other people that don't deserve the negativity. So we have to remember that this consciousness is influenced in the fourth density. That's where our consciousness is, and that's influenced by outside interference that has been playing with us, working on us for centuries, they said. These intelligences, we'll just call them that because we don't really care who they are that much, they have come in and they have manipulated the group consciousness by seeding in a synthetic conscious paradigm of victimhood, of fear, of slavery, of codependent, whole suite of codependent behaviors and attitudes of control, manipulation, breaking, defeating, and feeling powerful from that. And of course, it all creates a negative cycle because none of that negative stuff lasts for more than a second. It's all very short. Okay, they would like to now go to the Gods and Titans mixed deck with the Mermaid Oracle. And I don't have the boxes out because I have this deck mixed separately. Okay, let's go forward. Okay, so the new beginning is coming. This is an Ascension video, absolutely, because we're in an Ascension. So there's no avoiding the Ascension issues. The card they brought out is freedom. Freedom is coming. Freedom from all of that recycling of the trash that's been going through our lives over and over and over. The crap, the rubbish, the nonsense, the stuff that's not real, the arguments, the accusations about what? Nothing. You know, people don't really have to buy into that, but they have been affected by the synthetic coding, synthetic emotions and thoughts that have just been dropped into our group consciousness, which have manipulated our children, ourselves, our parents, everybody. So we can cut ourselves some slack and we can cut everybody else some slack too. Doesn't mean we have to accept negative behavior and fall into line to a codependent, crappy world. No, it doesn't. Ooh, it means we can relax and just let go and let Source, God, take care of it. Source, God, however we want to call it, because it's beyond gender. And I like to think of it as the Source Mother creative energy, because we are in a feminine world of creative energy, and the Source energy is highly creative, and it probably has a little bit more of a feminine leaning than a male, because the feminine energy is the creative seed, and then the masculine energy is the growing energy. But you need both in tandem together in a beautiful unity, of course. So letting go, relaxing. This is Water Flight. A beautiful card, a beautiful card. Heaviness lifts, burdens are eased away, and you feel weightless. And that's what you're moved into. That's where you are. That's your garden of light, they said. They want this card on top. Okay. But what you have to do is remember to keep yourself to yourself a little bit at the moment and keep your energies gathered to you. Remember your beautiful paradigm of your density. What's happening in your density? This card is saying, take care of your own inner garden density. Remember to come straight back to what we talked about in the beginning. Your density field. Your density field. Is it in third density, lower third density, middle third density, higher third density, fourth density, fifth density, sixth density? Where are you? Where you need to be is the density that enables your heart to take the helm, to take control. Your heart chakra is your wisdom portal to your higher self, which is in the higher density of 7th, 6th, 8th for some people. So your heart chakra is your portal of connection. That's where you can really commune back and get some feedback from your beautiful host higher self, and check in and get advice, guidance, reassuredness, and where you can draw upon wisdom from all your lives. You can't draw upon wisdom from all your lives from this one. You've got to come from this one. And I always say it because I want you to relate on a real 3D perspective. This is a brain, yep. Down here on your heart, there's another brain. It's proven scientifically, and that brain's connected to your heart chakra. It's in it. That's the one that should give you the guidance. It's the wisdom center. Well, they said it's the wisdom oracle. The wisdom oracle is your heart chakra and your heart. How interesting. Chaos around you at the moment. There is chaos around you. Chaos is coming. Chaos is here. What do you do with chaos? Let's discuss chaos. Ooh, golly gosh, guys. You want that card? Yes. In the light of chaos, set it free. Let it go. Set it adrift. And don't worry. Do not engage. Just let it go. This is how you, this is the divination card. This is how you create the paradigm in your density field, your body. Just let that chaos go. The minute you engage with it, the minute you think on it, agonize over it, worry about it, is the minute you draw it into your density field. You draw it into your body and you drop the frequency of your own energetic field. Is that what you want to do? Think about the actual mechanical processes of the energetic world and how it functions before you engage. If you're listening to this video, you're a person who's already on the up and up lighter energies. So this works for you because you can comprehend it. There are lots of people still functioning from the lower 3D, all the ranges of 3D, who they can engage with it because they're not ready to embrace a higher frequency and anchor it down. You're the person making the rug of life, anchoring down the higher frequency. So just be aware of your function and purpose here. It isn't to just repeat the same concerns and fears that everyone else is repeating. You're here to create a new one. You're here to bring through and see through the chaos. Get your vision. You're here to get your vision. You're here to overcome fear. This is fear. You're here to take a vision past and through fear. That's what you're here for. That's why you're looking at this video, Libra. That's what your power is. That's your purpose. Your overriding overall purpose. Not the only one, but it's the reason. That's your functionality. You're here for a function. You're a star child, you're here. Star seed, you're here for a reason. You can live your life and do lots of other things, but your main function is to do what I've just described on your life's journey. That's your life's journey. The great journey. The great journey of your soul. Woo! Golly gosh, guys, you're very energetic. And once you do that, abundance flows. See the abundance? The green man. Abundance is what comes when you anchor down and see through fear and anchor down the higher frequencies. Set adrift and let go. You've had 2 letting go, setting adrift cards. You've got 2 of them. It's a strong message. This is what you need to do. This is your thing. You need to let go, relax, and just set it free. And then you are doing, this is the perfect cup, the crane bag. Anchoring down, that's what it is. Drawing into the material world what works for you, but the material aspects that imbue what you know you need to be acting upon energetically. That's my overview of this says Sacred Ocean Medicine, clutter, declutter, choices. Declutter from chaos. Don't let chaos overtake your energetic paradigm. Your density. Don't let chaos infiltrate your world and change the chemistry within it. The chemistry of your body, even. And we're talking the whole thing. Your whole world is your body and your energy. It's everything. So if you're a planet, do you want toxins in your soil? The thing that creates new life and growth? Not really. So you've got to keep the chaos out. It's toxic. So you anchor down selectively what really works for you. And this is how you bring protection into your life. And by choosing this way, by doing this, you allow protecting entities to come in and work with you because they can merge and have a simpatico with your energy and your motivation to enable them to help you and protect you further. and everyone who's in contact with you and relating to you and energetically linked to you all receive the flowing out of this. And I'm seeing a person in the middle, and there's a million beautiful colored, multicolored ropes running out everywhere, and the protection, the gatheredness, the resetting paradigm energy just flows out in all directions, on all these little pathway strings of light. And that's how you influence the world paradigm. Wow, I think that's pretty amazing. One more card came out that I didn't pick up yet, and it's called Helios Cycles. And this is how you work through the cycles. But they want to say this: the cycles go round, but they go up. They're spirals, not cycles. So a cycle is actually a spiral. And as you go up through the spiral, you lift and raise equally as much. One can fall down the spiral too. So one has to move up the spiral to get one's rewards of life. Beautiful analogy they just brought through. Okay, I think that's what a wonderful magical reading. I'm so excited by it. It is for mothers, but geez, it's good for everybody, isn't it? So, how very wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to give me a thumbs up, it makes my heart grow and feel wonderful. Thank you so much. It makes me feel good. Thank you. If you would like to subscribe, you're so welcome. And the more people subscribe, the more that the readings absolutely revolve around the lives and energies and the paradigms of the people in our subscription group. So it really becomes an intimate reading for you. We invite you and we welcome you wholeheartedly to join us. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here at the end of the video. Good on you. I watch every video to the end. I don't know why these other people flip and flop. But we would love to see you next time, and we look forward to receiving your energy and reading for you and working for you then. Happy Mother's Day coming up to all of you. Bye-bye.